Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. Today's date is Monday, April 18th, 2022. So this will have covered the week of April 11th through the 17th of 2022. So this was a reasonably productive week overall. I was pretty happy with the progress made during the past week. So I made progress in a total of 5 games, but I'd like to go ahead and bring up a couple of little things real quick. The main one, actually I think it's the only thing I really need to bring up, is that Battlefield 1943, I started playing it, and I played it for like 10 minutes through one match, and I couldn't kill anything, and was getting killed even by people like just swiping the ground with planes, and it was just a nightmare from the beginning, and I could tell that if I tried to go for that 100%, I was going to be miserable, like, from start to finish going for it. So, I have decided not to do it. I was able to delete the trophy list because I was at 0% completion, never earned a trophy in it. I just decided it's not really worth it to me right now at this point in life because I'm really busy with a lot of other stuff. I have a lot of other games to play. Plenty of, well, a few other like online type games to play. So, I mean, it didn't make any sense to me to keep on, to do another thing that I wasn't going to enjoy and that was going to take up a whole lot of time, honestly. It just wasn't worth it to me. I'm too busy with other stuff right now. I'd rather be able to play more games that I think I'll actually have more fun with playing. So yeah, Battlefield 1943 is no longer on the list, so that actually frees me up a little bit for the rest of April. It gives me a little bit more time to work on the major games I want to work on. So, first and foremost, I earned a Platinum Trophy this week in Call of Duty Vanguard. Yet another Call of Duty game done. I've done a large portion of the Call of Duty games, because like I've done all the Modern Warfares, so all 5 games with Modern Warfare in the title I've done. I've done World at War to 100%, Black Ops 1 and 2 both to 100%. I have done World War II and Advanced Warfare to 100%, though I never did the PS3 version of Advanced Warfare and don't plan to. I've done both versions of Ghosts to 100%. I've done Infinite Warfare to 100%. I've now done the PS4 version of Vanguard Platinum. It doesn't seem like it's going to have DLC, knock on wood. I'll talk about that a little bit later. So really the only ones left that I have to do at least one version of are Black Ops 3, which is on my list and will be done sometime this year. Probably over the summer when I won't have any more time during the summer, but other people might that can, play with me and stuff, so we'll see about that. So I haven't done that. I haven't done Cold War, and I'm a little bit nervous about that. Like, Ghost and the other guys have been urging me not to play it and not to waste my time and energy on that one either. But, I mean, part of me kind of wants to, just because it's another Call of Duty game, and it's probably a fairly rare platinum. Like, this one I think is like a 7 or 8% on PSN profile, so it's still a sub 10%, and it is one of the easier games in the Call of Duty franchise. It's certainly not the second easiest like I kind of thought it would be when I read the trophy guide for the first, or not trophy guide, trophy descriptions and the trophy list for the first time. Unfortunately, it's not quite that easy, but it's definitely on the easier end of the spectrum. So for the Platinum, you have to beat the campaign and beat it on Veteran. Veteran is not too hard in this game, as with most modern Call of Duty games. There's not too many difficult sections. There are a few here and there, but for the most part, the game isn't too bad on Veteran, so it shouldn't give an experienced player all that much trouble. This is not the hardest trophy in the game, though. There are 2 others that take that honor. So you have to get 15 kills with blind fire. This is actually the last trophy I got when I popped the Platinum, so that's kind of funny that it was the last one. You have to scavenge ammo from 15 enemy corpses within 3 seconds of killing them. That's very easy. Just do it at, like, close range. Kill enemies with 15 different weapons is very easy. Tactical sprint through 5 walls is fairly easy, but there's not a ton of opportunities to do it. So just whenever you see a destructible wall, sprint through it, or tactical sprint through it. Kill yourself with a grenade, that's pretty self-explanatory. I hope I don't have to tell people how to do that. Throw back 15 grenades that would have killed or damaged your allies. I think there's like a couple of places where you can fairly easily grind this out, like get one, then restart the checkpoint and do it again and again. Watch the whole credit sequence to completion. It takes about 20 minutes. It's actually a pretty long credit sequence, but I mean, it's basically a free silver trophy, so it's super easy. Just, put the controller down and go eat something or go to the bathroom or do whatever it is you want to do for 20 minutes. Then you have 4 character-specific trophies. As Arthur, you have to give 15 different commands to your allies, which should come naturally. As Paulina, you have to kill 15 enemies immediately after emerging from a crawl space. I think this carries over through death, so there's a very real chance you'll get this one as well. As Wade, you have to kill 15 enemies with focus, which is very easy. And as Lucas, you have to get 3 kills with 4 different pieces of lethal equipment, which isn't too hard, but just keep it in mind when you're actually on his main mission. It's like the 7th mission of the game is a good place to get it. Then you have your mission-specific trophies. There are 2 for each. So in Phoenix, which is the first mission, you have to kill 15 enemies while standing on top of a train car, which you pretty much have to do on Recruit. It's pretty tough to do on Veteran. You also have to shoot a truck driver while a vehicle's full of soldiers. That's pretty easy as long as you know that it's there. Then in Operation Tonga, you have to protect Evans by, I think you have to throw away a grenade that comes down a staircase or something. I think that's what this trophy is, but I could be wrong. Then for this one, you have to throw smoke from the anti-tank ditch and provide cover. This one's easy as long as you know it's there. It's actually super easy if you know it's there, even though it's a pretty rare trophy. In Stalingrad, I actually did both of these on Veteran because you can actually do the whole protecting section using just Molotov cocktails because there's infinite cocktails up there, so it's super easy to do in that method. In the Battle of Midway, you have to help 5 threatened allies. This one's a little bit finicky because the plane controls are really not that good. But, it's not terrible. This trophy, on the other hand, is terrible. This, to me, was the worst trophy in the game. There is another one that's also pretty well known for being bad. But this one, to me, was just like an hour of pure rage because it's so badly designed. Because you're allowed to be hit by the explosions, but half the time you don't know if you got hit by an explosion versus a bullet. One last bullet might just curve into you. That happens sometimes. Sometimes the plane just doesn't control well enough to get out of the way. Sometimes it feels way too random. Then when you get to the end of the dive, you actually have to go into the bomb site and drop a bomb, so it's super easy to get hit there by accident. So, not a fun trophy, not one... one of the 2 main reasons why you might not actually want to play and go for this platinum, because this trophy's pretty annoying. Then in Numa Numa Trail, both of these missions are very easy, both these trophies are very easy. I think I did them both on Veteran. There's nothing really difficult about either of them as long as you're careful. Then in Lady Nightingale, killing the 5 snipers, I did this one on Veteran. It's pretty easy as long as you're careful and just constantly use the signaling feature to bring the enemies out. Then this is the other really brutal trophy in this game, and I think it's the rarest one in the game, at least on PlayStation Network. I don't know about PSN Profiles. You have to take out all of Steiner's troops in the department store using only takedowns, and that's the key word right there. It has to be done with takedowns. It can't be done with just melee. If it was just melee, this trophy really wouldn't be bad, but the fact it has to be those stupid takedowns is what makes this trophy rather painful overall. It's not as much that it's difficult compared to the other difficult trophy in the game. It's more that it's extremely tedious because you can very easily make one mistake and, lose some progress. Now, you do get a lot of checkpoints if you're playing on a Recruit. And you can also, flash the knife up on regular enemies and then hit the circle button or the whatever your melee button is, depending on your controller layout. And you can actually do it that way, and that will help with all the regular enemies. I don't think it works on the machine gunners or the Jaeger mortars, but it definitely will make life a little bit easier. For this one, you have to bring down the Stuka at the end of the mission using a pistol grenade or rocket launcher. Pretty easy. I would actually recommend if you can find a pistol to do it that way, because that probably would have been easier than the rocket launcher. You also have to get through the desert without being detected. There's a very real chance you'll get this one naturally by accident. It's actually not too bad. Then in the next to last mission, you have to be run over by a tank, which is, again, pretty self-explanatory. You have to get twice as many kills during the final defensive portion, which is pretty easy as long as you're doing it on a lower difficulty. It's kind of tough to do on Veteran because you have to stay in cover, but on Recruit, it's very, very easy. Then on the final mission of the game, you have to use leadership to take down a Jaeger mortar, which is probably going to come naturally during your veteran playthrough. And you also have to go through without any instances of friendly fire. The only real risk you have to friendly fire is if you throw a grenade and it has like a bad bounce and goes near your enemies. And then at the car chase at the very beginning of the mission can be a little bit tricky. But, I mean, if you have to, you can always just replay the mission on Recruit, because, I mean, I did both of these on Veteran. They're not too terribly bad. Then you have your 4 multiplayer trophies, which apparently these trophies do actually auto-pop if you start playing the PS5 version after doing the PS4 version. Reaching level 55 is not difficult, it's just time-consuming. I mean, it's a multiplayer trophy. It's Call of Duty multiplayer trophies usually aren't that hard. They're usually just kind of time-consuming. Same with this one. Max level with an operator is like level 20, which is again isn't that hard. It just takes time. Max level with a weapon is 70 for primaries and like 50 for sidearms. But once again, it's not that hard. It's just, you know, kind of time consuming. Now, you can make progress on all these trophies in the zombies mode, which I would recommend doing all the zombies first and then jumping into the multiplayer. Oh, and joining a clan is very easy, because the zombies will get you some progress, but the progress seems to have slowed down or been nerfed or something. So equipping 3 covenants is pretty easy. I think you do it with the hearts that you can sacrifice. You also have to sacrifice 13 total. This trophy actually will semi-auto pop. You only have to do 1 more sacrifice on the PS5 version once you bring over your save to get this one. The main issue I have with wanting to do this game on PS5 is that there's a lot of issues with the zombies trophies popping if you do so, because it's like if you carry over... It's not like, you know, a Spider-Man type game where you have to manually upload your save. It's more like Destiny 2, where it kind of, you know, all your stuff is saved on a server and just automatically uploads when you jump into the PS5. I think that's what it does, because I don't think there's a way to avoid running into some risks with this. I think the issues can be solved by playing offline. I think that has been a fix now, but I'm not sure, so I would need to do more research on this if I wanted to do the PS5 version. The one good thing, though, is that it would save me time because I wouldn't have to do the multiplayer stuff again. But I'd still have to do all the zombie stuff again. The 5 demonic fountains are the perk machines, and they're all free the first time you purchase. Then you have to get kills with the different artifacts, which are all very easy. You can do them over the course of multiple games for each. You have to eliminate 2,500 zombies with Pack-a-Punch level 3 weapons, which can take a little while to get enough points for, but you can also get it out of the random box. And you have to eliminate 10,000 total zombies, which is easy, just very grindy. So quite a few grindy trophies in the multiplayer in zombies, but one of the easiest zombies experiences for a base game in the entire franchise, probably the easiest for a base game in the zombies. I mean, I would think it's probably the easiest, except, well, Black Ops 3 is faster, at least, for the base game stuff. But this one's probably one of the easiest. So yeah, I got that one done. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. It's not really a very fun time. It's one of my least favorite Call of Duties. But, you know, it's not the hardest platinum in the world. It's fairly uncommon. So, I mean, it can be a good thing to add to your collection. Then I got one other platinum this week in a game called Knight's Retreat. There are 3 of these games. They are chess puzzles, and I think in all of them you play as the knight piece, which moves in that L-shaped formation only. So the platinum trophy is actually very, very easy because every trophy is going to unlock naturally by completing the game. There are a total of 80 levels, but despite what this last trophy says for retreating all the knights, you only have to finish the first 79 levels. You don't have to beat the 80th level, which is really weird. And it's actually why I didn't necessarily catch the Platinum Trophy unlocking on recording, because I assumed that given the way this trophy was worded, that you would have to beat the 80th level and not the 79th level to get the Platinum or to get this final trophy. So silly me for, I guess, expecting the game to do what you would kind of, I guess, expect it to do. But for the Platinum Trophy, again, you're going to get this one after beating the first level. Then you have to rearrange each type of piece on the board, so like move it out of the way, as well as all of them in a single round, which are all going to come naturally. They're all unmissable. You have to retreat 2 and 3 knights on the same stage, again, unmissable while playing through the game. If you follow a video guide, you won't have any problems with this Platinum. Just note that you may have to slow the videos down depending on which one you're watching, because some of them move pretty quickly. This is for finishing the first world, which is like 25 levels. And then, like, again, I don't think there are any trophies that can be missed if you're just following a guide and playing through the game naturally. I'm 99% sure that every trophy is story-related. So just complete the game and you'll have the platinum. It takes about an hour to do if you're following a guide. It's not too difficult. It's a fairly relaxing little puzzle game. It's a nice little change of pace from some of the other more fast-paced stuff I've been doing with like Vanguard and Resident Evil. Next up, we'll go ahead and talk about both versions of Horizon Forbidden West. Getting pretty close to being done with this. So I reached level 50 and I'm not even done with the story yet. I didn't get any story-related trophies this week, surprisingly. So there's still 3 more story-related trophies in the game. So those are for... I'm on, like, mission 13 right now, so there's still a few more story trophies. There's still 2 more side quest trophies that I'm working on. There are, like, maybe 2 more tall necks, 1 more rebel camp. I'm down to the last one. I've got 1 more core, not counting the story ones. There's a second story one that I have to do. I've obtained 3 stripes at all hunting grounds, or I've done the quarter stripe mark in all trials at all hunting grounds. I'm 1 trial short of having the full stripe for each hunting ground. It's one of the last ones in the game. It's one that I think I need a better weapon for. It's like where you have to freeze a tremor tusk and knock 2 tusks off while it's frozen. I think I need better weapons before I can really finish that one off. Then I've killed all recon machines, so got that one done, as well as all transport machines, so all that's left are combat machines. There aren't that many machines left in the game anyway. I've now ridden all of these 3 types of regular mounts, so that's done. I'm missing either 2 or 3 machine types. Scan will be able to check on the PS5 version. So which trophy is this one? Oh yeah, the 2 quests that require a flying mount. I don't have a flying mount yet, you get that a little bit later. I've won 2 gauntlet races. I think there's either 3 or 4 in the game. And the second one was a little more tricky. It's a lot of mashing X and hoping they don't rubber band AI you and shoot you with their electricity attacks and stuff at the last second, which almost did happen. Then, let's see. Any other trophies? I feel like I got a couple others. Yep, there's one. I finished all the melee pits. There are 4 of them, I want to say. There's either 3 or 4 of them, and then you go and fight the Enduring. The Enduring fight's pretty easy, but some of the melee pits are kind of annoying because the combos are a little bit finicky and don't always seem to register correctly. And then otherwise, yeah, that's it. So all that's left is finishing the game, finishing a couple of specific side quests, scanning the last few machines, killing the last few machines, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So not a whole lot to go in this game. So for the PS5 version, we can take a look at our progress. So those are all story, and those 2 are side quests, so those are obviously not going to show progress. Tall necks, 4 out of 6 completed. Rebel camps, 5 out of 6 completed. I already know it's 5 out of 6, because I've actually got the one with the Sarah currently as like my active quest. 3 out of the 4 non-story cauldrons, so nearly done with that. 84% of the combat machines, which I think means that I'm missing either 2 or 3. And then 93% on all the machine types scanned. Actually, I can pull up a calculator on my phone, which is on very low battery. So 41 divided by 43 is 95. Okay, so it's 3 more, so it is 3 more. I know that one of them is the Corruptor, which is only encountered in Mission 13 and in the arena. So I'm going to make sure to scan and kill that. I know that one of them is the final boss, and then I don't know what the last one is, so I'm going to have to check into that. And then this one is, yeah, the 2 quests. Obviously, I haven't made any progress on that one. But yeah, so Horizon Forbidden West is coming along. I might could have this game platinumed by the end of this coming week if I really want to. Because, I mean, we're done with most everything, just the last few story missions and stuff. But, I mean, I'm still trying to do a lot of the open world activities because I'm enjoying it, usually. But this game does start to drag on just a little bit over time. I mean, the first game sort of did the same thing, that it got into some repetitive nature with certain quests, like constantly using that tracking feature to follow footprints and then just, you know, kill a machine at the end of it. And then finally, Overcooked All You Can Eat. This one came up a little bit out of nowhere, but me and Ghost decided to start working on this during the past couple of days. And in fact, we earned 39% of the trophies in just one night on Sunday, so A lot of progress has already been made. This is obviously the easiest of the Overcooked games, but it does have some multiplayer trophies. So of this whole list, we completed the first Overcooked. We haven't started Overcooked 2. That's for Monday night and probably Wednesday night. There's a few more locations to discover. We haven't started the Ever Peckish Rises DLC. Then the first level in all World 1s includes all the DLC, so that's going to take a little bit of time. You can't throw ingredients in the first game. You have to win a kitchen versus mode, which is easy. You have to complete an extra trimming world, which you'll get along with the Ever Peckish thing. Complete the tutorials for both Overcooked 1 and 2, so just the tutorial levels. Then 5 tickets in under 30 seconds is going to pretty much come naturally. All the recipes in order is pretty much going to come naturally. It's going to get you more points anyway. Using every emote is very easy. There's like 6 of them you have to use. Extinguish a burning kitchen. If you don't get this one naturally, then that's going to be kind of surprising. This is done in Overcooked 2. Both of those are story related. Then these next 2 are story related for Overcooked 2. Teleport as the Raccoon is done in Overcooked 2. Let 10 tiles catch on fire at one time. We let that happen, I think, on like one of the truck levels or something. Respawn 10 times. That's pretty self-explanatory. This one will probably come naturally just from falling off of like the ice kitchens. Then a wrong dish 10 times. The easiest way to do this is just to deliver just empty plates. That's the easiest way to do it. Then keep a finished meal 30 seconds before serving it. You'll probably get this one naturally while trying to stockpile certain meals. You have to finish 15 games in Versus and in Arcade, which are both unfortunate because they're both just... Well, Versus mode I can understand because Versus mode's actually fun and well-designed, whereas Arcade mode is just replaying random levels. It's a complete waste of time. Throw away 99 items is very easy. Flamethrower to cook 20 items. This, I think, can only be done in the Festive Seasoning DLC. There might be one other place you can do it, but there's only a few levels that have flamethrowers in them. The 15 kitchens in Arcade. You have some multiplayer trophies, or your first multiplayer trophy. A level with 4 chefs all wearing glasses. You either need 2 controllers or a partner to be able to do all of these trophies. Save an ingredient from burning at the last second. This one's pretty much unmissable. So you have to play a level from the Campfire DLC with 4 bear chefs as your characters. You have to get 3 stars in a level where everyone's a box, which you can actually do this on your own just by equipping the box chef as your character and getting 3 stars. Then you have to play it as an aquatic creature in a sushi level. That's Overcooked 2. Level with 4 reptile chefs. So again, you need, 4 accounts logged in technically, or just 4 people, or 4 halves of controllers technically, because you can split the controllers for this. Overcooked 1's level 4-2 with those 3 characters. Catch an ingredient between 4 aliens 15 times, so another 4-player trophy. Throw 5 tomatoes at another player. That's an Overcooked 2 thing. Overcooked 2-2 with everyone using the rat chef. 4 players where 3 are the same characters. So there's just a lot of random miscellaneous trophies to do. Push someone off a level. This one's pretty tough to miss. Attempt to throw something just by hitting the square button in the first Overcooked. And then pet Kevel the dog in both Overcooked 1 and 2. Which if you do not pet little Kevin, then you are heartless. So yeah, Overcooked is coming along quite well. We might have it done by the end of this week. I would think we could, because it's really not a time-consuming platinum. It takes like maybe 12 to 15 hours to do, because you don't have to get 3 stars. You just have to get enough stars to open up each level, which isn't that much. So you don't even have to bother with getting 3 stars in this one, which is what definitely makes it easier than the other Overcooked games. You just have to do all those multiplayer trophies, which are kind of weird, especially on PS5 when, controllers are pretty expensive and, getting the PS5 is still difficult. So let's go ahead and sync up the trophies. So, level 774, 37%, 22,980 total trophies, 603 platinums, 3,768 golds, 6,107 silvers, 12,502 bronzes. So, plans for the upcoming week are to work on Horizon Forbidden West and Overcooked. Those are my main 2 priorities, because I think I could get both games done by the end of this week if I really play them heavily. So that's my current plan really for the rest of April, though, is just to finish those 2 games. Now, as for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, I really want to play more of it, but I've been hearing horror stories of people saying that a lot of stuff is still glitchy. So I'm kind of hesitant on continuing to really heavily play it. I'll probably play it a little bit, but it's not going to be a significant focus until I know that all of the major stuff is fixed. So that's the only reason I didn't play that this week. But otherwise, it's going to be, both versions of Horizon and Overcooked are my main games. For May, The Division, GTA 5, Ghost of Tsushima, that's of course just for now. June, Black Ops 3, July, The Division 2, August, Dead Island Riptide on PS4, unless we decide to do that one earlier, which may very well happen. September through December, COD Classic, Shadow of the Colossus, Uncharted 3, Conan Exiles, Outer Worlds, various other random games that I haven't yet started on the PS3. That are some downloaded ones that I'd like to go ahead and play at some point. So, yeah, that is the current plans for upcoming time period. Now that Battlefield 1943 isn't going to be done, that frees me up a lot more time to focus on these other games, which is probably for the better, just to actually, give me some time to be more casual with playing fun games. I mean, I still like Horizon. It's still a fun game, even if it drags on at times. I love Overcooked. It's one of my favorite franchises. It's so much fun to play. So it's going to be good for me to be able to play those things. And, you never know. If I can actually get a good group together for GTA 5, doing the heist might not be too bad. And Ghost of Tsushima, the only bad part of that really is the raid, which I'm definitely not looking forward to. But I am looking forward to going back to the game and continuing to play it some more. So, yeah, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell if you haven't already. Content this week should be on a pretty normal schedule. I don't necessarily know what I'll stream this coming weekend. Might be like a live stream with the Horizon Platinum or something. We'll have to see. So, that is going to be it for this video, guys. I will see you later this week for some more content.